I'm going to be ranking the best small forwards in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 25 of the best small forwards in the game right now. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below who are some of your guys' favorite small forwards in my team right now, and let me know what you guys would change about my tier list. But looking at the first small forward here is going to be Diamond OG Anunoby. I would say he's probably going to be in that B tier spot, a very good two-way small forward. If we take a look at his stats on 2KDB, he's a small forward, power forward, 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan. I mean, he's going to be a great two-way small forward, being a great defender all around. 87 block, 84 steal, 92 lateral quickness, 92 perimeter with an 84 interior defense. He's good at slashing to the basket, 90 driving dunk, 89 vertical. He's decently fast, 88 speed, 88 acceleration. And then jump shot wise, he does have a great jump shot because it's going to be on quick timing, and it's a very easy jump shot to green. And then he does have the best dribble style in the MJ dribble style, and the best leaner, the normal leaner as well. So this card can move really well. His jump shot's great. He has the normal leaner, which is really helpful in the offensive end, especially on next gen. And then he's going to be a great defender and a great slasher as well. So no real big flaws with OG Anunoby. I just feel like he's going to be a very good all-around small forward and going to be in that B tier category. Now Diamond Ben Simmons, I do think is not that bad. He is a great defender, but he can't shoot three balls, and there's just a ton of better small forwards in my team right now. But he is a 6'11" small forward and gives you some good all-around defense and some just great playmaking and slashing to the basket as well. Talking about Pink Diamond Harrison Barnes, I'm going to keep him in the A tier category for now, but he might get moved up to S tier later in the video. If you guys don't know, S tier is going to be my top 5 small forwards in the game. Harrison Barnes, I think, is really close to that S tier category. I mean, if you guys don't know, this Evo Barnes is absolutely insane once you evolve him. He's a small forward, power forward, 6'8" with a 6'11" wingspan. I mean, stats wise, you might not think he's like that crazy, but he does have an 89 3 ball, 89 mid range. He's going to be an elite slasher, one of the best in the game at the small forward spot, 95 driving dunk, 95 vertical, and defensively he's very good all around. But that's not why this card's really good. It's when you come to the animation screen, he's got a great jump shot on quick timing, one of the best jump shots in the game right now. And then he also does have the MJ dribble style. Yes, he doesn't have the normal leaner, but his movement's going to be really good. He's got the Kobe escape, which is really nice to have, especially on your small forward. But it really just comes down to this jump shot being one of the best in the game right now, especially at the small forward position. So overall, I mean, this Harrison Barnes card plays some great defense, elite at going to the basket, and has a great jump shot and can knock down threes at a very high level. So Harrison Barnes easily going to be in that A tier category, maybe even gets moved up to S tier later in the video. Now Dark Matter Larry Bird is an interesting one. I don't actually think he's a top 5 small forward, even though you'd probably think, you know, he's the final prize for getting all the trophy cases. He's a Dark Matter, he's got 25 Hall of Fame badges. Like, how is this card not a top 5 small forward? And yes, stats and badges wise, he is a top 5 small forward, probably even top 2 or top 1 if we're just going off stats. Like, his stats are obviously ridiculous, and same thing with his badges. Like, he pretty much has every shooting Hall of Fame badge in the game and some great defensive ones as well. But in my team, usually animations mean a lot more, and when you come to the animation screen, he's not gonna have any good dribble sigs at all. His movement is terrible, and his jump shot is super slow, and he doesn't even come with a normal leaner. So jump shot wise, super slow release. He can't shoot the normal leaner, so his leaner is going to be bad. It's a really bad leaner jump shot, and his sigs are absolutely terrible. So I mean, what can this card really do other than play some okay defense and knock down the wide open 3 ball? Like, yes, he can shoot threes, but he has to be wide open because his release is so slow. But yes, if you know how to use this card and you're good with shooting with slower releases, then maybe Larry Bird can be a top 5 small forward. But I mean, this card all around is a really good small forward. He's still in A tier, but just not going to be in my S tier category. Diamond Luol Deng, I think, is a really interesting one because for the small forward position, I do think he's going to be in that A tier category. Still a great small forward, but I do feel like he's better at the shooting guard spot, but wanted to include him on this list because he's a great all-around card and deserves to be in that A tier category. Now Pink Diamond Draymond Green, I think, goes down in the same tier as a guy like Ben Simmons. He is a good defender, but his jump shot's on slow timing and really not going to be the best offensively. But if you're just looking for a good defender, then Draymond Green still has some sort of value. Diamond Rudy Gay, I think for now is probably going to be in that B tier category. I could definitely see him getting moved up to A tier later in the video. A really good all-around small forward, great slasher, has a great jump shot and plays some really good defense, but just right now not on the same level as guys like Harrison Barnes, Luol Deng, and Larry Bird as well. Now Galaxy Opal Paul George, I do feel like is on that level. He is a Galaxy Opal, but once again, just like Larry Bird, it really comes down to the animations because Paul George, stats and badges wise, is probably a top 5 small forward, but just like Larry Bird, isn't gonna have the best dribble 6. His movement is better than a guy like like Larry Bird. He moves a lot better, and he does have the normal leaner, but both their jump shots are just super slow, and it does really hurt the card. Like if they both had their jump shots on quick timing, they both might sneak into that top 5 small forwards in the game for me at least. But Paul George definitely going to be at least in that A tier category, a very good all-around small forward. And then our first S tier small forward, guys, is going to be Pink Diamond Tim Thomas. I don't think I really even need to explain this. If you guys have been playing my team for the past couple months or even just a week or two, you'll know by now Tim Thomas is easily the best card in my team and has been since he dropped, and will probably be the best card in the game for another month or two. That's just how elite this card really is. Just I mean, just good at everything. Great jump shot, great dribble sticks, great stats, great badges. I mean, this card does nothing wrong and is the best card in my team. So definitely going to be in my S tier for small forward. Now, Diamond Hito Turkoglu, I kind of just want to throw him on this list. I do think he's probably C tier. Not really the biggest fan of his jump shot this year, and overall just really isn't anything too crazy at the small forward position, but I would say at least going to be in that C tier category. Jonathan Isaac, I think, is on the same level as guys like OG and Rudy Gay. Once again, might get moved up to A tier later in the video, but I think they're very solid small forwards that give you some really good defense. Like Isaac is a great all-around defender. I mean, other than that though, for me, he doesn't really give you too much on the offensive end. He is 6'11" at the small forward spot, so a decent height, and can guard guys like Tim Thomas, right? Defensive stats are going to be great all around, like I said, and then badges has some great ones on Hall of Fame and gold as well. So if you put him on a guy like Tim Thomas, or maybe a really good small forward like a Carmelo Anthony, he can definitely not stop a guy like Tim Thomas, but he can definitely help and try to play as good as defense, and one of the best defenders to put on a guy like Tim Thomas because of his player model, his height, and his wingspan as well. Now, Pink Diamond Kawhi, I feel like is a really interesting one because he is super outdated compared to a lot of the Pink Diamonds and Galaxy Opal cards. So I think Kawhi Leonard actually going to be in that B tier category. He is still really good stats and badges wise, plays some good defense, and he can knock down the 3-ball, but I just don't think he's on the same level as guys like, you know, Luol Deng, Harrison Barnes, Paul George, and Larry Bird as well. But once he gets his Galaxy Opal and maybe gets his jump shot on quick timing and some upgraded stats and badges, I could easily see him being a top 5 small forward, or at least in the A tier category. Now, Diamond Thurl Bailey, I do think for the small forward spot, going to be in that B tier category. He's a great all-around small forward, got a great jump shot with that Romeo Langford base. He plays some really good defense, 6'11", and has some crazy good animations, just like a guy like Giannis. But I do think he's better at the power forward spot, and small forward, I do think he's going to be in that B tier category. And another B tier small forward here is going to be Pink Diamond Kevin Durant. I wouldn't say similar to a guy like Kawhi Leonard, but they are similar in some ways, where I feel like in past my teams, they always have some of the best jump shots in the game, where this year, both the releases don't feel as good as past my teams. With a guy like Kawhi, he used to have that Ray Allen base, and it was always a great jump shot and one of the best at the start of the year. And same thing with Kevin Durant. He always had like one of the best releases for a small forward, but now this jump shot, in my opinion at least, just really isn't that great and a little bit slow. Same thing with a guy like Paul George. He always comes with amazing jump shots in my team, but this year, they definitely made a lot of those jump shots a lot slower and just a lot worse as well. But overall, KD still going to be in that B tier category. Now, Diamond Kyle Kuzma, I still feel like serves a purpose on the court because of his jump shot, kind of, you know, going off the opposite of what we were talking about with jump shots. Kyle Kuzma, the only reason why he's pretty good is because of his jump shot. He's got that Kuzma base on quick timing. I mean, Kuzma base is one of the best bases in my team right now. Jump shot wise, going to be really good. Yes, he can't move too well. He does have the Kobe escape, which is actually not that bad, and he does have the normal leaner as well, but forget the stats, forget the badges. He's still got one of the best jump shots in the game, and he's a 6'9" small forward who can play somewhat good at defense. So overall, I think Kuzma, I mean, maybe could be in the B tier category, but I think for now he's going to be in that high S tier. Now, talking about another S tier small forward is going to be the Pink Diamond Giannis. Just like a guy like Tim Thomas, I mean, there's really no reason to even explain. I mean, we all know what this Giannis card can do. One of the best all-around cards in the game, and just is always super glitchy in my team. Now, Diamond Lauri Markkanen, I think is probably either high C tier or low B tier, and I'm going to go high C tier for now. I do think he's the best card in C tier, either him or Kyle Kuzma, but I'm really not the biggest fan of this Lauri Markkanen. I don't really like his jump shot, and I don't think his movement's good at all, but he is a 6'11" small forward, and obviously that's going to be super glitchy, but for me, going to be in that C tier spot. Now, Pink Diamond LeBron, easily going to be in that S tier category. I mean, I would assume he's definitely a top 5 small forward. Maybe we'll talk about that later in the video. He could maybe not be a top 5 small forward because there are some really good ones in the game, but this LeBron is absolutely insane. 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan, gives you some great all-around play, amazing slasher, 97 driving dunk, 95 vertical, 96 speed, 96 acceleration, great all-around defensive stats. I mean, it's LeBron James. We all know he has great animations in my team. He just plays really well, so he's definitely going to be in my S tier tier category. Now Diamond MPJ, I think is going to be on the same level as guys like Kyle Kuzma, Lauri Markkanen, Ben Simmons. Definitely not terrible small forward, just feel like there's a lot of better options in the game right now if we look at the guys in B tier and A tier as well. Now another A tier small forward here is going to be the new Fireworks Paolo Banchero. I think he could maybe be in the S tier category. I'm not really the biggest fan of this card. I do feel like he's really elite though, because he is a 6'10" small forward with a 7-foot wingspan. And if you guys remember his Sapphire to Diamond card earlier on in the year, he was one of the best cards in my team when the game first came out. But nowadays, I mean, he's still great. Like, he's got some great stats: 95 driving dunk, 95 vertical. He's got a great strength rating at 90, super fast, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. I would have just liked to see his defensive stats a lot better, because if you also look at the badges, he can't get clamps, glove, menace, challenger, anchor. Like, those are some big badges he's missing out on, especially clamps. Like, that is a huge badge to be missing out on a small forward. So that's obviously going to hurt the card, but I still feel like he's going to be in that A tier category because he is a 6'10" small forward. Now Scottie Pippen, I think, is going to be in that B tier category, very similar to a guy like Rudy Gay, Jonathan Isaac, KD, even a guy like Kawhi. I think are all very similar, and both going to be in that B tier category, and alongside a guy with Jason Tatum, just like Kawhi Leonard, going to be a little bit outdated stats and badges wise, but still overall going to be a great small forward and at least in that B tier category. And just like Kawhi, once he gets his upgraded Galaxy Opal, I could easily see him being an A tier or S tier small forward. Now Carmelo Anthony is going to be another small forward in that S tier category. Great jump shot and one of the best offensive small forwards in my team right now, so easily going to be in that S tier category. Gerald Wallace, I think, is actually going to be in that A tier spot. This Wallace card is an absolute hooper, man. Like, he gets buckets on the offensive end. Yes, he's only 6'7" at the small forward spot, so might be a little bit undersized. I do wish he could play the shooting guard position, but he's going to be a great defender, and he's got a great jump shot as well with the MJ dribble style. He's super fast, 90 speed, 90 acceleration. He's going to be good at going to the basket, 95 driving dunk, and all around going to give you some amazing defense. So I would say Jared Wallace easily going to be in that A tier category. And then to round off the tier list here, guys, is going to be Pink Diamond James Worthy. So guys, let me know in the comment section down below, out of all these cards in S tier, all the small forwards in A tier, I should say, which one would you guys move up to S tier? Because obviously, like I said earlier in the video, S tier is going to be my top 5 small forwards. I think for me, I'm really leaning towards Larry Bird, Harrison Barnes, and Paolo Banchero. I would say they're probably the 3 best small forwards in the A tier category. I think you definitely could go Paolo because he is 6'10" and a great all-around small forward. I think Larry Bird is really good because obviously he's a dark matter, 25 Hall of Fame badges. But I think the answer to this question is going to be Pink Diamond Harrison Barnes. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my small forward tier list? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.